Mackenzie Johnston with Cattle News Central, bringing you your January 10th cattle industry headlines. Brought to you by AgRisk Advisors. They provide risk management programs to livestock producers all throughout the West. Whether you are concerned about weather or price risk, AgRisk Advisors, they are here to help. With current day market fluctuations, you and I both know there is nothing more important than locking in a price floor on your cattle. So if you would like to learn more about an LRP, go ahead and reach out to an advisor today. Also sponsored by American Beef Producer Magazine. ABP Magazine offers in-depth articles on a wide variety of topics within our industry. They feature award-winning photography and so much more within their publication. For some reason, if you are not subscribed to the magazine, go ahead and head on over to their website, abpmag.com. On their main page, up in the right-hand corner, you will find a large subscribe button. Go ahead and click on that, and they will get you all fixed up. American Beef Producer Magazine, guiding beef producers for over 25 years. According to Protect the Harvest, in 2021, as many of you can remember, Senator Cory Booker, an animal rights extremist, reintroduced his anti-modern farming legislation titled the Farm System Reform Act. A companion bill was also introduced in the House by another animal extremist, Representative Ro Khanna of California. Not long after these announcements, Booker extended what many are calling an olive branch to cattle producers, by proposing cattle market reforms in his new bill titled Protecting America's Meatpacking Workers Act of 2021. A few questions we need to ask regarding Booker's continued interest in our ag industry. First off, why is he so interested in our ag industry? The man has very little background when it comes to agriculture, and time again, he has proposed legislation that would actually hurt agriculture in the long run. We next need to ask, who are the funders backing him with these pieces of legislation? And finally, why is he now attempting to portray himself as a friend to farmers and ranchers after repeatedly supporting legislation, like I just said, that would actually harm or shut down farmers and ranchers? What Booker has brought to the table might sound appealing to some within the industry, but all of his abrupt actions, his sudden interest in agriculture, and how he is now trying to portray himself as a friend to agriculture should make us all pause and question his intentions in the long run. Booker can easily be labeled as a wolf in sheep's clothing when it comes to the interest of American animal agriculture and the families it employs. He has been known to be an HSUS darling, an outspoken vegan, and an animal extremist sympathizer. His resume shows that he has very little background, education, or practical experience when it comes to agriculture. Despite these facts, he has worked to portray himself as an expert by focusing his career around ag topics. When we look at Booker's history, we observe that he has quite a track record of being outspoken about his vegan ideology. He officially turned to vegetarianism back in '92, and then in 2014, he went all out vegan. Booker quickly became popular among the animal activist community with his speeches promoting animal extremist ideology and promoting his vegan diet. In 2017, he enjoyed VIP treatment during the HSUS Farm Animal Protection Gala fundraiser in Los Angeles, as he was a featured speaker and also an award winner. Throughout his career, he has either proposed or otherwise upheld a plethora of animal extremist bills, almost all of which have been supported by PETA, HSUS, and ASPCA. ASPCA stands for American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Booker is not only known for his attempts to control animal agriculture, he has also dabbled in land ownership and property rights. Booker has sponsored legislation against landowners in favor of rewilding efforts within the 2019 Wildlife Corridor Conservation Act. This piece of legislation places severe restrictions on lands that are deemed wildlife corridors for native plants and animals without concern for the rights of the landowners to actually use their property. In conclusion, Booker is a prime example of why we need to continue to ask questions when things seem just a little bit too good to be true. It's obvious that this politician has had a sudden change of heart, whatever reason for that, we aren't sure. But as an industry, we need to question his motives behind legislation that targets food and livestock production. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's Booker or some other politician. We always need to look deeper into a politician's background, understand who their supporters are, their qualifications, and their values. Finally, Drovers has reported that last week, the Global Roundtable for Sustainable Beef, also known as GRSB, announced its 2022 Executive Committee. The president will be Ian McConnell with Tyson Foods. Vice president will be Bob Lowe with Tri-L Ranch. Secretary treasurer will be Justin Sherrard with Rabobank. Member at large will be Lucas McKelvey. He is with McDonald's. And immediate past president Bob McCann with McFadden Enterprises. In 2022, the committee plans to focus on progressing the organization's work towards achieving net zero carbon emissions through its global sustainability goals. Since 2012, GRSB has been working to advance sustainable beef through leadership, science, and multi-stakeholder engagement. Back in June of 2021, GRSB announced its global sustainability goals, which include reducing the net global warming impact of beef 30% by 2030, ensuring the beef value chain is a net positive contributor to nature by 2030, and increasing the adoption of animal health and welfare best practices so that cattle are provided with an environment in which they can thrive. That is all I have for you guys this morning. I hope you all had a great weekend. Have a wonderful Monday. Enjoy this beautiful weather. I'll catch you later.